If you're from Akron, you kind of have a good idea where I am. I'm actually in front of Lock 2 on the canal in downtown Akron. I'm standing across from the Canal Stadium. I really don't know the name of it. I apologize for that. I'm up here today because I was surveying exactly where we're going to put the booms in for the Akron Bicentennial celebration coming up on the 5th. They're going to be floating some luminary boats down the canal for a stretch of, 100, 200 yards. And what we're here for is we were asked by the Ohio Erie Canalway Coalition to coordinate how do we stop this trash, which is what it will become if it's not taken out of the water. How do we stop this trash and get it out before it pollutes the waterway whatsoever? So the only way that they would approve the program is if we could ensure that no trash would end up staying in the waterway. So that's why we're here. We have a pretty good plan. We'll be setting that up next week in coordination with them. And I think the point that I want to make here is honestly, I think this is the first time that I have ever seen a community municipality take into account the importance of non-polluting in their celebrations. They came up with a great idea. They want to do this, and they went through the appropriate channels. Mark Greer, the Bicentennial Commission, coordinated with everybody and said, how do we do this the right way? And so for the last few weeks, we've been kind of coordinating. Unfortunately, it's taken a little bit longer just because of the bureaucracy involved. But we've been able to coordinate, and I think we have a really good plan. So if you get a chance to come down on the 5th of April and enjoy the celebration, then you'll be able to see us. We'll be down here collecting trash. Thanks. Up here at the Ohio Erie Canalway Coalition house, the Richard Howe House, down here in downtown Akron. Right here by the Diamond Boardwalk. It goes over Main Street. Right there's the ball field. This is where we're going to be putting in a boom for the Bicentennial, the Akron Bicentennial on April 5th. If you don't have your tickets yet, I would recommend getting your tickets to come on down here. I think they're free, but I'll put a link down below so that you can kind of do that. But down here in the canal, I'm actually marking. I just met with Dan Rice and his crew on where we're going to place this boom and worked out some of the logistics of what we're going to be doing. I apologize for the jerkiness here, but I'm trying to walk down. I was going to use my GoPro, but in typical Riverkeepers fashion, I broke the mount for the GoPro. So imagine that. But right down here is where we're going to put in, just spooked a heron. We're going to put the back part of my boom is right here. So what I have done is I brought some paint, and I'm going to paint a line here, or a spot here, where I'm planning on putting that side. And if you look over there, you can kind of see a tree on the other bank, and we'll walk over there and film from that side, is where we're going to put the end of the boom, and that's where we'll collect all the boats that come down. And I'll get a shot from the water once we get there. So let me go ahead and mark this, and we'll go from there. Just a quickie, this shows where the boom is going to be strung from underneath that bridge to right here. All right, here you see me kind of using my little tape measure system here without tape. I'm trying to get a good reading. I came up with about 115 feet when I was actually doing it, but I'll measure and bounce something off of there and try to come up with a reading here. I did come up with a reading a little bit ago, and it was 105 feet, but I'm not sure exactly what I hit, but that gives me a good indication that I'm pretty close to where I want to be. I'll take a picture of it if I get it. All right, here we go. This is what we're trying to avoid, is sending the trash down into this area, because once it gets down into there, it's kind of it's a little treacherous. I don't want to be in the water down here at 9 o'clock at night trying to clean things up, just because I don't know how mucky it is. This is a lock over here, so personally, I think this is pretty cool.